Good day. Welcome to another Tang Time with Tito Tim. Today's Tang Time is not brought to you by Mixed Berry Tang. Had you been here a few minutes ago, it would have not been brought to you by Tandoai Light and Diet Coke. But that glass did not last very long, did it? We'll see how the Tang does. This is not my usual location. We are in Boracay. My little computer corner is just my laptop. I waited months for that new computer and had to leave it in Iloilo. Terrible, I know. But believe it or not, and I cannot believe it, we have been in Boracay almost 1 month. Haven't quite been in the apartment for a month, but we got here 4 days early, so that kind of gives us a half week the other way. Never stayed here longer than a week, although we have been here 8 or 10 times. It was never more than a week. I think my shortest was 4 days. It's hardly worth the 7-hour bus ride each way for, if you're going to stay 2 nights or something. Generally, we stay for a week. We have been here for almost a month, and I've got to say, I like it. I like it a lot. I made it very clear that I found the province very boring for me. If you like it, that's great. I don't like it. Melanie likes it. I don't like it. The city is where I would like to be. Where we were in Oton, we were about an hour from the city, and I was bored all the time. And pre-COVID, I was in the city. I lived on the jeepney, So, this is not the city. This is not at all the city. But it's okay. Hopefully the sound is okay. I don't have the right gear with me. I didn't bring everything because I couldn't. This room is weird acoustically. It's really echoey. And there's not much to look at. So I will be putting in various beach scenery so you don't have to look at me the whole time. Yeah, I know you don't want to see me. So we'll be putting in the beach stuff in no particular order, so I won't really be talking about it. It'll just be playing. There will be a part with a bunch of TV cameras that were filming something on the beach. They had like 4 cameras. I don't know what, I don't know who, I don't know why, but it was there. It'll be on there. So we're just going to kind of show some miscellaneous stuff. To start with, I will show you my street. It's not much to look at. They are in the middle of, right now it's water department doing water repairs. I've never lived anywhere that had city water. The water here is technically potable water. You can drink it. But the first week we were here, it was okay. Then it just started tasting like a swimming pool. There's a lot of bleach. So we switched over to bottled water. We cook with the city water. And in Iloilo, we were on well water. We never even cooked with it. We cooked with bottled water. So here we do use the water, but we drink the bottled water because it just tastes better. Like my Tang is made out of city water. It's not, the Tang covers up the bleachy flavor. The water is not bad. It just tastes funky. Tastes like swimming pool. Grape flavored swimming pool. Mixed berry flavored swimming pool? Whatever. My street is not a good example of what Boracay looks like. It's in the middle of construction and it looks really bad. But they're making repairs, so that's all that really matters. So we've been here almost a month. We've explored around. Most of the videos have been showing you the beaches we went to, or maybe a restaurant we went to, or the mall for grocery shopping, and showing you what's like, trying to show you what it's like to live here as opposed to vacation here. but you haven't got to just hear me talk about my impressions really so far. So that's kind of what this one's about. I'll be talking about the budget, groceries, just kind of my whole impression of the whole thing. We did go to the two different malls. Both grocery stores are pretty iffy. The Gasano is really not good. The SM is so-so. Maybe during regular times it's better, but like simple things I didn't expect to be a problem, like peanut butter. The SM has only SM brand peanut butter, which is vile. It tastes like really nasty candy. It's vegetable oil and sugar are the only flavors. So think of it like whipping up vegetable oil and sugar into a mayonnaise-y consistency with just enough peanuts to make it look brown. It's horrible stuff. But it's all they have. You know, any grocery store I've been to in the Philippines has Peter Pan and Skippy. They're just very common American brands. They're a bit sweet, but they're okay. This SM stuff is like straight sugar, and it's oily sugar, and it's really gross, and I simply cannot eat it. So there is no peanut butter to be had at the moment. Mustard was surprisingly hard to find. It took 4 grocery stores to get mustard. Simple yellow mustard, plain, you know. Finally found it. I think the selection's bad because there's just so few customers, not much is coming here. Normally it's probably better. Now I've mentioned before, the price on the apartment is 12,000 pesos a month. That is the COVID price. The landlord will not even tell us what the regular price is. Because when I asked them, I was like, well, okay, so in December, if the tourists are back, what's it going to go up to? Well, you know, it depends, and they wouldn't say. So it's like, okay, last year when everything was normal, what did you charge for a month? Well, So I get the impression they have no interest in doing long-term monthly rental. I think they Airbnb it for a week at a time and probably can make more money doing that. I don't know that we would want to stay here long-term, but if we did, it would probably not be in this apartment. This is a really cheap price. We could look around. I have seen some advertised for between 10 and 12,000, and they're not this cute, but they're long-term. I was going to do a video on apartment shopping, and I might still, but so far we've only looked at 2, so it would be a very short video. I'll try and get some more of, if we look around at others, I'll try and get more video. We will have to kind of see, like I've only been here a month, and it's the best month in what I've been here 7.5 years. This is the best month yet. So when I said I wanted to retire to a South Pacific tropical island, this is what I meant. So I could be convinced to stay here full time pretty easily. Now once all the tourists come back, I might get sick of them and say, yeah, maybe a different island. But yeah, this whole complete just beach living, hanging out, I'm digging it. I'm really liking it. I could stay here full time pretty easily, I think. Not sure if she's interested in it or not. We'll have to see. Like I said, it's been just under a month. Wait until our 3 months is up and we'll see what I think of it. Speaking of tourists, the Department of Tourism has said that starting October 1st, which is less than a week away, they are going to open up Boracay to tourists from all over the Philippines with no quarantine. Right now it's open only to Western Visayas, just Region 6. And they specifically said, including Manila, because, you know, Manila and Cebu have had pretty hard time with COVID. Now, details are forthcoming, and what we've heard has been mixed, so we're not sure how accurate any of it is. There's some people are saying that they've read, I don't know where, that they're going to have to show a clear COVID test before coming. If there's no quarantine, that would make sense. I don't know that that's going to be a requirement. I think it should be, but it may not be. People are saying they've read that it is. Most of the comments on Facebook have been kind of amusing. They're saying things like, okay, so an LSI and an OFW can't come here, but a tourist can. So what if I'm an LSI and I just tell you I'm going to go to Boracay for a vacation? Then I can travel? So yeah, the rules are not consistent and people are pointing that out. I'm going to stay out of that debate personally. I'm just telling you what I've read. Our sister-in-law in Manila could not come here like to Antique or Iloilo to visit family if she wanted to. Travel for tourism to Iloilo and Antique is not allowed. So just for her to come visit family, she can't do it. But now she could come here. So she was like, okay, so if we all just meet in Boracay, we can all get together with no quarantine and then go back to our homes. Like, yeah, see? So it real quickly shows that it's a bizarre rule. So how they're going to put it together, it's not in effect yet, and we're waiting to see. Because that means she could come from Manila, the other family from Antique, we have some family in Iloilo. We could all meet here as tourists, spend time together, having no quarantine, and then go back to our homes, supposedly with no quarantine. And if anyone was sick, we could all come here, catch it, and spread it around. So, I mean, but if you're an OFW or an LSI, the locally stranded individuals, overseas Filipino workers, you're not allowed to come. So yeah, the rule is inconsistent. We're going to have to see how that goes. The comments online are just amusing because people are pointing out the ridiculousness of it. They're like, there is no equal treatment under the law. So we'll see how that goes. The people here, the entire economy of Boracay is based on tourism. As I said in another video, like, you may not work for tourists. You may own a sari store. But your customers up and down the street work at the hotels that are closed, work at the restaurants that are closed, work on some of the boats that are closed, or the gas station that's not selling any gas because the boats aren't running, or at a restaurant supply store, or any of the grocery stores that aren't selling because the hotels, restaurants, and tourists aren't here. So I mean, everything here is really tied to the tourist, and everyone is hurting for money really bad. They've actually started having a suicide problem here because people are just, they're done. They're out of money, they're out of options. So they've been having some problems, a lot of problems here. They do need to get the tourists back. But hopefully they get the tourists back safely. I don't know, man, it's all kind of up in the air. It's out of my hands, it's above my pay grade. But as far as living here on the island, I'm digging it. We've been here just almost a month. We have a little over 2 months to go, and it's been great. The groceries, we budgeted $10,000 a month because that's what we spent in Iloilo. We haven't been spending that much because we're eating a lot simpler. I'm buying just my pork and veggies. We have like no snacks, none of the other miscellaneous stuff that goes, you know. We have been spending a little more pocket money because anytime we go out, it does get more expensive here. The only fast food is like, there's Jollibee's and Doc's. So basically fried chicken or a really bad hamburger. God, Jollibee's makes a terrible hamburger. There's a couple local places, Kolai and Jasper's. I have videos of them working, but we haven't been there enough to get much footage. They'll come later. Local food, really, really cheap, pretty good. So there's only a few places there we can eat cheap, and then you jump straight up to the hotel restaurant stuff and D-Mall, and you go straight from an 85 peso meal to a 400 peso meal. There's not much in between right now. So, and there's very few restaurants in D-Mall and the hotels that are open. So if we go out, it's like this, you know, there's only so many. The food at Nigi Nigi is very good. The food at Red Coconut's mostly pretty good. They have amazing pizza. There's a couple others. There's Tres Amigos, has some good Mexican food. But again, any of those meals are going to end up, for the two of us, costing us 1,000 pesos. So it's like every time we leave the house, it gets expensive. So we try and eat at home mostly. We go out once or twice a week, hit a nice place. I'll go out in the afternoon for some drinks maybe, because I can sit there and have drinks and an order of French fries. And even that turns into 400 pesos. I mean, it's $8, not bad, but you can't do it every day. It starts adding up. So we are spending a little more pocket money, but we expect it to be. Electric, we're running, I'm watching the meter, and we're on track for about 4,500 for the month because we run the aircon too much. I'm obviously not running it right now, if you can see me sweating. The budget's really been very simple here because we have no bills. I mean, we still pay the phone, we still pay the Globe that we were using in Iloilo, but we brought the modem with us, so I'm using the internet here on my Globe and it is shockingly fast. It is so much faster here than it ever was in Iloilo. Probably because there's so few people here using it. If all the tourists show up, the service will probably turn to crap, I would expect. But right now, I go to upload a video, it's pretty quick. My phone is still faster, but it's, instead of 3 hours, it's 45 minutes. My phone, I can do it in 7 minutes. I don't know why the phone service is so much better than Wi-Fi. We've been having a lot of fun running around the island, checking out beaches. She has a list of things she wants to do. I should make a list, but it's a small island. Her list will probably cover everything. I just want to get out and explore. And she's got some ideas of, let's go to this beach and that beach, and we explore our way out to them. We've only been to 2 of the wetlands out of 9 or 10, I forget how many there are. So we do need to get out and do more of those. Those should be fairly easy. It's not a lot to show on them, but it's kind of nice to see that they are trying to do some preservation here. And we're gonna keep on keeping on. Hopefully the next 2 months doesn't go too quick. This month has gone way too fast. I'm having fun, but it's like it's been a month already, and we're only staying 3. So yeah, the long stay is really cool. I highly recommend it, and it would probably be fun in other places as well. This is our first, hopefully not our last. Time for more Tang. Or rum and coke.
Enjoy your day in paradise.